Bring in Colonel Virts. You're an astronaut. You went out into space where look, if something bad happened, we know from Apollo 13, everybody drops everything and then rushes to try and help, is the promise sort of is for anybody who serves their country and goes overseas. I'm wondering, though, the responsibility of people who say, look, I so much want to see the wreckage of the Titanic that I'm going to get into something that we know has serious safety issues, critical problems, and yet now there's a lot of people in the U.S. Navy and the U.S. Coast Guard and the Canadians who are having to put their lives at risk to go try and find them and help them.
Well, you say we know that it has serious problems. I don't know that that's true. I'm not an expert on the boat. I know that there was, one article, but I'm not sure that that means that everybody knows there's serious safety problems. There's also been a lot of things written about the actual pressure vessel that have been pretty good. But as far as rescuing them, the Coast Guard is there. It's an expensive thing. The Coast Guardsmen risk their lives to rescue people. Our men and women who are policemen and first responders risk their lives to rescue people. That's just kind of what we do as humans in a great country like America. I'm sure that they don't want to cause any danger, to people doing this, but if they're able to rescue them, just like in Apollo 13, I think it'll be an amazing, inspirational story. And I haven't given up hope yet. It's a tough problem to find them down there. I know that, but we haven't found the wreckage yet. So we haven't gotten the bad news yet. And until we do, that means that there's still hope.
That's a good point. And look, and you've got 36 hours of oxygen, and I'm going to get a little technical here, but none of the sonar buoys that we know of from or submarines that were running sonar looking for Russian submarines or others picked up the sound of an explosion or an implosion underneath the water. So there are reasons to be hopeful that at least they're still alive down there. Chris, you were trapped underwater once in somewhat of a similar situation. Not for 2 days and 12 hours, but give us a sense of what goes through your mind when you realize that you're deep underwater and there's not much you can do.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head really there when you say there's not much you can do. I was in a similar situation in that I found myself powerless really, which is, we assume, is very much the case for them. For me, there was a small period where I felt I could perhaps rescue myself, and it was I was panic-stricken and very frightened, obviously. But I think when I got to the point when I realised that rescue wasn't going to come, and to me it certainly seemed inevitable that seemingly my demise was imminent. It was strangely calming in a way, and I remember being grief-ridden really, and I suspect they'll feel similar. It's the deep oceans seem like attractive and interesting and ethereal places, of course, which of course they are. But I suspect they'll be seeing the darker side of it now: the isolation, the loneliness, the fear, really. And so I sympathise a great deal.
Yeah, well, we're very glad that you made it out, and obviously, the having gone through that experience, you bring a different perspective. Colonel Virts, I'm interested in asking about your friend Hamish Harding, which, look, reasonable people can agree, getting into this sort of unknown vessel and going 13,000 feet underwater for 8 hours is at very least a very risky endeavor. And I'm wondering why someone so smart, so successful, accomplished so much, doesn't have to do this, decides, I want to do this, and I'm gonna get in this thing that you don't know if it's going to come back up, really.
Yeah, I think just knowing Hamish, he's an explorer at heart. He loves adventure. He loves to explore, and that's kind of, why did people 100 years ago go to the South Pole? 300 years ago, why did they sail the ocean and to try and discover America? When back then, many of them died, 10 or 20 or 30%, would often die. It's just something that humans do, and we have done ever since there were humans on Earth. And that's what he loves. And we've been joking that he's down there planning his next expedition. Hopefully it'll be a different plan than this one. But I think the kind of folks that do that, why do people climb Mount Everest? Why do people drive Formula One cars?
Yeah, no, fair enough. Captain, just want to get your final thoughts on this. We understand the Navy's deep-sea rescue vehicles are headed at least to the Newfoundland coast, where they could then be put on ships and deployed out. If they find this thing, is there a guarantee that they can get it up in time?
No, there are no guarantees. There are no guarantees under the water like that. But there's still hope. But there is a definite timeline, and I think we need to prepare for bad news.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.